This is Chris Kelly with your Peak Fitness Upper Body Injury Prevention Guide foam rolling routine. Now for a foam rolling routine, we're going to need a foam roller, a tennis ball, and what I've got here is what is called a peanut. Alright, this is 2 tennis balls taped together. It's about a $2 investment. It will really help you out a lot. Alright, so for our first exercise, we're going to start with the foam roller, and we're going to foam roll our lats. Okay, and our lats are our outer back muscles. These are very large muscles, kind of under our armpits right here and here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the foam roller. I'm just going to place it down like this, get over it. I'm going to lift my body up just a tad here with this outside foot. I'm just going to roll this along my outer back. Alright, now I'm going to kind of hit a bump that I go over, kind of coming down and up, approaching the first rib, and that is kind of the insertion of your lat. So I'm just going to try to focus on that, and that's really going to hurt. I mean, it's not going to feel good, but the lat is a big muscle, so we really want to give it a good massage from the top of the armpit all the way down to the first rib cage. For this, I'm looking for anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes, focusing on any tight or sore spots that might exist. Obviously, you would do it on both sides, and then we would move to our next exercise, which is the posterior shoulder of the rotator cuff. All right. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tennis ball. I'm going to place it behind the base of my armpit here. So right about here, I'm going to put this down. Just going to get under it, and I'm just rolling it along the back here. What I'm doing is I'm just looking for any tight or sore spots that exists, and when I find it, it tells me that that's an area of restriction. So just kind of isolate or oscillate over it, and just let it sink in a little bit. Okay. What you can also do is internally and externally rotate the arm to kind of again oscillate that area. This is kind of the function of the rotator cuff, so I'm just moving it over that, trying to press down into that spot and really release it. It's been 1 or 2 minutes here, or even just a little bit longer, focusing on areas of restriction and just pushing down. Okay, obviously you do it on both sides, and then we would move to the front of our shoulder, what is called the pec minor. Okay, this is a muscle that's located here along the kind of the outer arm, what we think of the as the deltoid. And oftentimes with people with protracted shoulders that are kind of like this, where our shoulders are forward, kind of caveman posture, that is a muscle that kind of internally rotates the shoulder. So we definitely want to address that. In order to do so, what I'm going to do is take the ball here and place it over my front of my shoulder and just roll it along this area. Okay, I'm looking for that spot, looking for any tightness that might exist. When I find that area, I'm just going to try to press down into it, just compress, hold. What I can also do is externally rotate, abduct the arm, so I'm just moving it up and down. Again, oscillating over this area, pressing down, trying to release it. Again, we're going to hold from anywhere from 1 to several minutes in this area, focusing on any tight or sore spots that might exist. And then we're going to finish up by giving the upper back a massage with peanut here. So what I'm doing with the peanut is I'm going to place this behind my upper back, okay, kind of in the middle, all right, starting at, I guess, what would be the broad line or the middle back between the 2 spinal vertebrae. So literally in the middle of my back, I'm going to lie over it, just let it sink into this area. I'm just going to perform just several small oscillations. It kind of looks like a crunch. Definitely not advocating crunching here, but I'm just moving up, so I put a little pressure on there, and I'm coming down. Just going to do about 5. Move up just a tad, move up about a vertebrae or so. Do it again, and just keep moving up until I kind of come to a spot of restriction. When I hit that spot, I can just lay over it, give it a couple extra oscillations, but I can also just move my arms over it as well. Kind of, this is mimicking extension and flexion, or extension and rotation of the thoracic spine, kind of the area we're trying to get at. And again, just perform this for about a minute, really get at that area. You'll hear some cracking and popping. That's okay. That's actually telling us that it's kind of releasing the joint, it's working. And I'm gonna work all the way up to the base of my shoulder. So right above, the 2 shoulder blades here. And that would be the upper body routine. Perform each of those things, or choose one. Perform it for several minutes and move on to your mobility and stretching.